of Mongolia's charm lies in its enduring nomadic culture and the legendary hospitality of its people. 𝗏𝗃 of digitalization, embracing the digital revolution, the conference will showcase the latest technological advancements and digital strategies. It will be an opportunity to learn about innovative solutions that can transform businesses and enhance connectivity within the region. 𝗏𝗃 of green solutions. With a focus on sustainability, the conference will highlight green technologies and eco-friendly initiatives. For the 2025 JCI ASPAC conference in Ulaanbaatar, we are excited to introduce a specially developed mobile application that will serve as your digital companion throughout the event. All the ASPAC venues have been carefully selected to provide a diverse and enriching experience for all conference attendees, combining modern amenities with a touch of Mongolian tradition. In short, with a camel as logo, JCI Mongolia wants to bridge between tradition and modernity, inviting attendees to embark on a journey of discovery, collaboration, and growth.
JCI brothers and sisters, let us recite the JCI creed, prayer, mission, and vision in unison and with conviction.
JCI Creed. We believe that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life, that the brotherhood of men transcends the sovereignty of nations, that economic justice can best be won by free men through free enterprise, that government should be of laws rather than of men, that Earth's great treasure lies in human personality, and that service to humanity is the best work of life.
JCI Prayer. We reaffirm our conviction that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life. May the Lord guide us in all our undertakings.
JCI Vision. To be the foremost global network of young leaders.
JCI Mission. To provide leadership development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome back. Please be seated. And before we start, I'd like to ask and encourage the participants in the Zoom Live today to turn on your cameras and also change and update your name and your position and your national organization so that we can recognize you. Thank you. And to mark this amazing and last and special episode of JCI Talks, I'd like to invite 2025 Marketing Committee Chairperson Georgina to give opening remarks. Thank you.
Hi. I don't know if you can hear me because I didn't hear anything before.
Yes, we are hearing you.
Now, okay. Thank you, Ethan, for the introduction. Even though I didn't hear it, I see myself on the screen, so I suppose you introduced me. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone in Asia and the Pacific, and good afternoon, Europe and Africa, and good morning, America. It's a real pleasure, and I'm super excited to be here with all of you doing this brief introductory message as chairperson of the marketing committee on the occasion of this JCI Talk sessions, which is super special, because this session will bring together two significant initiatives of our organization. The JCI Talks, organized by JCI Asia and the Pacific, and JCI Live and Interviews, an international initiative by JCI. So today we are not only closing one chapter, because today we are doing the last JCI Talk session, but we are also opening an exciting new chapter, which is the first edition, the first session of the JCI Live and Interviews. And I'm super happy because we are celebrating the JCI essence, the JCI Talks essence, but also the JCI essence itself. Because here we have a global platform that unites leaders from all around the globe, bound by shared values and shared principles that we just saw now in our JCI Creed. I'm confident that this interview today with President Keisuke Shimoyamada and Executive Vice President 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 will serve as a powerful source of inspiration and learning for you, the audience from Asia and the Pacific, but also from all around the world, because I see people from Tunisia, from Catalonia, and from a lot of countries from everywhere in the globe. I invite you so to be open to inspiration and learning. I'm sure that we will learn a lot from these incredible speakers, these incredible leaders. Immerse yourself in the essence of JCI. We will see knowledge here, practical sessions, practical solutions, innovation, and all that we normally have in JCI. So, and after being said all of this, I encourage you to engage with the future JCI Live and interviews, because JCI Talks, we finish it today, but we continue with JCI Live and interview sessions that we will do all around the world. And you can work with us, not just as audience, but also as active participants. You can suggest speakers, you can suggest topics, and you can even host your own interview. So you can be the interviewers. If this interests you, you can contact the marketing committee, you can contact the World Headquarters Marketing team or me directly, and we will super happy to listen to you and work on this. So before closing, I want to express my deepest gratitude to JCI Asia and the Pacific for the opportunity to merging these two initiatives in this meaningful session. And I also want to congratulate you because you did an amazing job with JCI Talks so far. A special thanks to JCI Philippines for their commitment, their support, this initiative, and the marketing team in headquarters. And of course, also a special thanks to JCI Vietnam who are hosting us today. So I wish you an enriching and interesting session, and I look forward to see you all in person very, very soon in Mongolia. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgina and for the opening remarks. And before we start, I'd like to recognize our distinguished guests from live today, our 2025 Interim Secretary General, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Our 2025 JCI Treasurer, 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Our 2025 JCI Asia Pacific Board of Directors, Vice President 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 And Denmark. And we're also here joined by our 𝗲𝗲 Academy trainers and head trainers. Also, our World Headquarters staff members, please. And National Organizations for Independence and EVP Support Committee. Thank you. And so now, of course, today's episode is very special with a very special guests. And without further ado, let me welcome our guests of today's episode, 2025 JCI World President Keisuke Shimoyamada, and 2025 JCI Asia Executive Vice President 𝗏𝗏𝗱𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏. We have some really good questions prepared for you. All right. To kick off today's episode, I'd like to start very simple, and I'm going to ask each of you to answer very simple questions. And I'll start with, if you were to describe your mood so far in one word, in Vietnam.
Vietnamese.
In being in Vietnam,
Oh, being
attending the Senegal and Aswan Academy.
One word to describe, huh? I'm like enthusiasm. Yeah, that's the word. I like enthusiasm. This, as you can see in this venue, attendees of Asia and the Pacific Academy are so enthusiastic. We've just at the opening welcome night with national presidents. And every national president is so excited being here and exchanging ideas. So we are here for the future of this organization. So I'm excited. Like I'm here with enthusiasm, and I'm glad to be back in Asia.
And the food, of course.
I mean, in general, this is why I served as EVP Vice President in Asia Pacific. But don't get me wrong, I mean, I love traveling around the world. I love to see friends, members, experiencing new cultures. But here, national press is being held in Vietnam, but in Asia and the Pacific, national presidency is known as 𝗝𝗂 𝗟𝗶𝗃𝗲 tournament, and I'm playing golf as well, so I'm excited.
Nice. And I like that enthusiasm because it's only starting. It's the only beginning. So we have great agendas ahead. So thank you.
Yes.
And I'd like to move to 𝗕𝗰 Mark. If you were to describe your mood in one word.
Mike is better. Yeah.
Enthusiastic.
What I can say is I'm feeling grateful. Now episode 8 is with JCI Talks. We are doing the last one. And since we started this year in 2025, since January, we've been doing a lot of work towards connecting and aligning our actions in the global level down to our local levels. And I just feel grateful now. I was supposed to say excited, but after seeing you all here and after seeing our HQ staff, our support team working very hard, I felt grateful that none of this would be possible without the efforts, the collaborative efforts of each and every one of you, our HQ staff, our training team for the first 𝗲𝗂 Academy, our BOD who supported this initiative, our support committee, and of course, our local presidents who found the time to be here. So that's what I'm really feeling grateful now. And at the last part of our JCI Talks initiatives, having JCI Academy, JCI 𝗲𝗂 Academy running now and finishing tomorrow, you feel that sense of accomplishments. And we are just on the 3rd month of our term. It's just March. Imagine what else we can do for the next few months towards our goals as an organization. And of course, with the support of everyone here, from the local presidents up to the HQ team, to our board of directors, to our support team, I mean, we can really do a lot in 2025.
All right. So since we're on the topic of gratefulness, I have a follow-up question. So what is that philosophy that you carry in life? Let's start first, Mike.
Wow, you're making, so you have time to think.
Better Mike.
Philosophy. I always say that my philosophy in life is you grab opportunities when it's there. We tend to sit back and let life pass us by. I could say that in my years in this organization at JCI, I've seen a lot of opportunities pass me by. But one thing I learned being in this organization and living this since I was 20 years old, I believe that when you see opportunities, when you see doors opening, you need to grab those because you don't know if it will open again. You need to make sure that you are always ready. I have this saying, especially here from Philippines. The saying goes that you just grab it and worry about it later. Say yes. Mark, do you want to be national president? Yes now, worry later. Mark, do you want to be secretary general? Yes now, worry later. Mark, do you want to be a local president? Yes now, worry later. You grab the opportunities and work towards the challenge that you are saying yes to. when you get married, although I'm not married, if you get married, you start by saying yes and worry about the things after. Because you can never prepare and you can never be too prepared. And when you start thinking and overthinking that I need to have a perfect presidency, a perfect term, or even a perfect marriage, it will never happen for you because you're always going to be ended up sitting down and worrying and thinking what could have happened. So I think, especially in JCI, because a lot of opportunities are there, like what you did right now, local presidents, JCI ASPAC Academy, first time happening. You grabbed that opportunity and came here. So these are things that I believe my philosophy being in this organization is when opportunities arises, you should be there to grab.
They say it's like fitness. You decide to go, if you take the opportunity, you gain something. So that's very insightful. And for your president, there was a suggestion for that question. Is there any philosophy that you want to share from Japanese? There's so many good philosophies in Japanese. You would like to share?
Now you limited my vocabulary, not Japanese. Yes, my lifetime philosophy, that would be meeting and treating people as if it is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So in Japanese, we say 𝗔𝗰𝗿𝗀𝗃𝗏. It may sound familiar for some of you. If you attended ASPAC in 2022, Sakai Takaishi, the theme of the conference theme was 𝗔𝗰𝗿𝗀𝗃𝗏. But although it was difficult for board members to remember the word, but this is like my lifetime philosophy: meeting new people and treat them as if it's a once in a lifetime, because you never know that you never see them again, but those new people will bring something, lifetime opportunity. We never know. It's like the first quote. Life is like a chocolate box. You never know until you open it. And in fact, I can relate this philosophy to in JCI. Like, for example, my first international JCI event was ASPAC Senators Golf Tournament in 2015, held in Jakarta, Indonesia. Now, I joined this organization in 2012, so it was my third year. I only care about my local community, and I didn't even know that the JCI's I stand for international. But my friend, he's already a senior member now, but he lives 5 minutes from my house, but he won ASPAC Senators Golf Tournament in 2014. And he's a landlord. And he likes to play golf. And he even teaches. He's a coach of a university golf club, the athletic golf club. So he's good at golf. So he asked me to join Senators Golf Tournament. One of the reasons that I joined JCI is to play golf with the friends. So of course, why not? I go to Indonesia and play golf. And on the second day in ASPAC Senators Golf Tournament, we play golf for 2 days. The first day with the friends from local chapters or national organization, and the next day you get to play with the people who had a similar sport on the first day. So I had an opportunity to play golf with the 2018 world president, 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏. And at that time, he was national president of the JCI Philippines. And I'm a third-year newbie. Didn't know much about JCI. The first time, coming out from Tokyo and playing golf with the national president and other VIPs. And since then, Mark has been a good mentor to me. So if I didn't attend Senators golf tournament, and I could just easily say, sorry, mate, I have work and I can't go to Indonesia and play golf. But I decided to step out from my comfort zone and attended Senators golf tournament. And I met one of the wonderful mentors. And without attending Senators golf tournament, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here talking to you guys and talking and meeting you, like a friend of mine, Mark. So, meeting people and then treating them like once in a lifetime opportunity, it may change your lifetime. Your lifetime philosophy. It may change. It may give you great opportunity that may change your life completely. So that's my philosophy. Not only JCI, but also it's a lifetime philosophy. So
it's like a full circle, like starting in Senate and sharing the story again in Senate to memory that also there.
On my last year of the JCI journey, I'm here, but next year though, I'm really looking forward to coming back to West Senators golf tournament. So I get to play golf for 2 days.
So enjoy the full one. Kuala Lumpur.
Yes, Kuala Lumpur. And book your flight tickets. Next year, we're playing golf in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And you get it. You can also visit JCI Asia Pacific's regional office. We just opened it last year, December. We were there together. Be there, book your flight, be there, let's play golf together.
Small commercial break. All right. Thank you for sharing the philosophies. It's very important for our members to understand and how they can look up to you to understand. They can share their path as well. Next question is, we want to get into more details. So if you could share and describe what a day of a president in JCI, typical day looks like for you.
My day is very simple. Get up, pack my stuff, and then check out hotel and go to the next destination. I've been traveling around since the beginning of this year. Vietnam is actually my 19th visit. So you can imagine how often I have to take airplane and travel around. And before Vietnam, I was in Korea. And before Korea, I was in Mongolia. And before Mongolia, I was at home for 3 days. And then before that, Taiwan. I can go on and on. But my typical day of JCI, I'd love to meet members and try something new. And everywhere I go, I make sure to get the best out of it. Like, for example, in Mongolia, I attended JCI Mongolia's President Academy. So you were there even. The venue was 1 hour from Ulaanbaatar.
Right.
So the middle of nowhere. Literally, you can see camels and the horses on the field. But it's pretty good landscape, and I love it. But at night, after having dinner, it was full moon, and I talked about one of the liaison group of JCI Mongolia. Hey, why don't we just drive apart and drive to the top of the hill and do a stargaze? Because it's full moon, and I expected so many stars. But so we drove 15-20 minutes top of the hill with the stargazing. But what we didn't know was that it was minus 30 Celsius outside. So it was freezing, but it's definitely worth the experience. So everywhere I go, I get to try a local culture, not the retail experience, the root culture, so that I can share same experience with the locals. And by experiencing local cultures, cuisine, I get to know more about the country, and I get to see the beauty of the nation. And I would do the same. If you come to Tokyo, and I would love to show my city. That's so my typical day is get up, experience new culture, mingle with the members, and carry on the JCI. That's my day.
I like how there's a pattern of 𝗲𝗏 Mark's philosophy of seizing the opportunity. And there's opportunities presented, climbing to the hill and minus 30 Celsius at night in Mongolia. So it's quite an opportunity.
Yeah, right. You can only experience that in Mongolia.
So thank you for that, President. And I'd like to move on to 𝗲𝗏. What does a typical day of 𝗲𝗏 look like?
Mine is more grounded than our dear JCI president. Because unlike our JCI president and our VPs, 𝗲𝗏 travel less. So my typical day is you wake up maybe 8, 9 a.m. That's why you would see on my protocol form, no JCI function 10 a.m. earlier, only 10 a.m. after. Right, JCI Indonesia, you'll see it there. JCI Cambodia saw it probably so well. No, 8, 9 a.m. catch up some messages, phone, and go to work. This typical day. Then, of course, say goodbye to my dogs. I spend like 30 minutes saying goodbye to them. Then go to work. Then finish up a lot of work, but in between, fixes some items for JCI, schedule, reports, things that I need to approve. And then usually my evening is where I meet up with JCI members, chapters. That's where they invite me to go for inaugurations, or even dinners, or even projects, or even just casual drinking. If not, if I don't have any schedule, I'll go to the gym. That's a regular routine for me. After gym, I go grab my dinner because I eat 1 meal a day. So I only eat during dinners. So that's my social time, the dinner part. After that one, I go home, spend an hour and a half playing with the dogs because I have 8 dogs. And you cannot, you feel bad if you spend 5 minutes with one dog and then 10 minutes with another, then you feel bad for the other dog. Then go back again to the other dog and spend another 5 minutes so they all have equal time with you. But evening time, maybe 10, 11, you start reading emails and you see a lot of messages already coming from our HQ team. Cynthia is there. She likes to send. I tell you, 2 a.m. last night, 2 a.m., I was just relaxing in my room. I saw a message. Cynthia sending reports for initiatives of Asia and the Pacific. And I was telling the HQ staff, yeah, I may not have replied, but it bothers me that Cynthia is sending reports at 2 a.m. So someone is looking for these reports. And why are they looking for these reports? So these are typical things, but you know, it's almost a full-time job being a JCI member because you have to balance work, life. And you will see in my daily routine, I started with my dogs because I don't have any kids yet. I started with my dogs and I consider my family. Then I go to work. It's where my income comes from. That's where my future is settled upon. And then I find time to socialize, have some time with my friends, or even my own time to go to the gym and still do JCI. So your life doesn't have to be all JCI.
Yeah, well, it sounds like my life, all my life is all about JCI. But it's if I can mention, I still have to work too. You know, I run a small and medium-sized company. So thanks to technology, all the important data, necessary data is in the cloud system. So as long as I have access to internet, I can maybe document and talk to the clients. So it's really difficult to balance, but once you're capable of balancing your work in JC and private life, you can definitely expand your capacity. And I'm confident that after this year, I can accomplish a lot more. So after JCI, I'll definitely focus on my business, look after my family, And of course, I will support as JCI, as IPP, and the senator as well. So you're right, Mark. We have to balance. In the end of the day, JCI doesn't give us bread, so we have to work. And without families, without family, you cannot continue JCI. This family is important too. Inspiration. Yeah. So that's our typical day. And when we hang out, we of course we work hard and then cherish our moment together even harder.
It's like when you first join JCI, you think that you're gonna JCI in between works, but later on you work in between JCI. It's almost like full time, like you said. So speaking of balance, I want to follow up on that question. Is there a tip that you want to share with members like me? I find myself hard to balance sometimes JCI. So is there a special tip that you want to share with members how to balance and how do you balance your life with JCI?
Now, you have to learn to say no. Not to other people, to yourself. It's a matter of controlling yourself. When you see, like I give an example again, Cynthia, GDD Cynthia, sending a message, a report, like a long report at 2 a.m., it's your decision whether you read it and discuss it and reply to Cynthia and tell Cynthia, can you change this? Can you change that? It's your decision. So you have to tell yourself, no, Mark. You do it the next day when you wake up. Yes, of course, if it's something urgent, you try to do it.
You're right. Yeah, prioritizing is an important skill. And of course, JCI is not a solo play. You work with the team. So automatically you learn the team management, project management, and team management at the same time. I understand that everyone, it's struggles to find time, and at some point in my life, I have to take a break from JCI as well. When my father passed away, I had to take like 3 to 4 month break to make sure that I can continue my JCI path. So at that time, I heavily rely on my teammates to execute the JCI projects and activities. But if you're working hard, if you show your commitment, our members are so nice and genuine, not kind. They will definitely help you too. So you make sure that you share consensus. Make sure that you and your team are on the same page, so that someone can take over your responsibility and execute the project. So in doing so, you need to prioritize, and you need to actually, when you are a leader, you need to give instructions. So it's always better to have priorities, and based on priorities, you give instructions so that you can manage the team efficiently.
I like how our WP mentioned teamwork is such, and balancing is not just about balancing yourself. It's also about opening opportunities for other members. We have a very strong EVP support team this year. And the reason why we have them, I pictured it up from Keisuke last year with 40 team members. You had 40 team members last year, right? You had 40 team members, and I realized, Keisuke can do a lot of things because you have a very strong team behind him. And I wanted to create that team again this year. Not 40 members, not like his. But I am able to do a lot of things, implement a lot of things, because we have the support team, we have the HQ team, we have our board of directors, everybody's working together. So you cannot say to yourself that, I need to really work hard on this. If you do it alone, you'll probably end up failing more than you accomplish a lot of things. You probably start a lot, but you don't finish a lot of things. But if you do it with a team, if you do it with people who surrounds you and believes in you, and believes in what you're doing, then you are able to accomplish a lot. Earlier, I mentioned I feel grateful because just in 3 months, I feel that Asia Pacific has accomplished a lot of things already. And it's not because of me, it's because we have a very great team behind Asia and the Pacific this year, our growth and development team, our team from headquarters, our EVP support team, our board of directors working hard with their national organization, and our national organization supporting these initiatives. JCI Talks, for the first 7 episodes, were hosted by different national organizations. I don't think that we will be reaching, 1,000 total viewers. Is it 8,000 total viewers without the support of the national presidents and national organizations? If it's just us working on it, I don't think it would be possible. But like I said, aside from just balancing prioritization and stuff like that, you should also learn to understand that if you really want to be successful, you need to start empowering other people to help to support you in what you are trying to do.
40.
And more or less, and half of them just like to travel. That's okay. That's a good. And I'm so grateful to have such a wonderful team. And here tonight, my executive assistant and personal assistant and was my friend, Mr. Kozutake. He was past the Tokyo Block Council president last year. I mean, he was a Block Council president last year. He never attended Aspect Senator's golf tournament, but he came all the way from Tokyo to support me. So, it's all about the friendship. I mean, I've been in this organization for 13 years, and Mark's been in this organization longer than I have. But we built a relationship, and I'm sure that your supporting team believe in you, and you spend quality time with them. And that if you spend a quality time with your members, you can form an outstanding team.
Wow. And what about you, Mark? How many members are in your sport team this year?
Let me put it this way. So we have someone who handles linkages. We have someone who handles sponsorships and partnerships. We have someone who handles admin works. We have our chief of staff who handles the management of all of them. We have someone who does social media. So Jester, I think, is here. There, Jester. Admin is Carla right there. We have a guy who handles content. So now we have the newsletter. So later, I think Jay should present to you how to upload a newsletter. But we have our content member here. So even if there are a lot of them, there's still specific jobs that we have to do so that they can just focus on that specific job. But aside from that, we have team who are there to support you physically, who can help drink. I think we need someone who knows how to drink a lot as well. Especially if you're going to a local chapter from maybe Shinlong's chapter, then you need someone who can really drink very strong. But yeah, I think we have around 12 on our team.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that. So next question is, as we've all seen, we have a really great theme this year, and it's on my chest and your chest as well. The 𝗲𝗍𝗂. So I want to ask President Keisuke, how did you come up with the 𝗲𝗍 theme? What's the story behind 𝗲𝗍𝗂?
Last year, Keisuke proposed Vision 2040. Vision 2040 is to we aim to achieve 500,000 members by 2040. On a global scale, membership is facing a downwards, but recent years we are gradually increasing our membership. But compared to the highest number of membership we had, which is 1981, our membership actually is 1/3 of what we used to have. So I would like to make this year as a turning point to achieve, not only to achieve Vision 2040, but to enhance our brand awareness and visibility. Because we are doing such a great thing around the world. We're creating positive impact aligned with the JCI's 4 areas of opportunity, developing leaders in various fields. But we should be, our voices, our actions need to be heard, they need to be seen. And I would like you to use the JCI to make it happen, to empower JCI, but at the same time, I would like you to use JCI as a platform to become a better leader, better person. So that's why I came up with the theme, Rise Up. At first, the Rise Up Young Leaders. I go for these as a phrase, but it was too long for SNS hashtag, so I just shortened it to Rise Up. And this is a personal reminder as well. I'm turning 40 this year. And I do not wish to have this year at the pinnacle of my lifetime career. So this is a personal reminder. I have to keep ambitious. I have to remain ambitious and keep growing and pursuing, to become a better leader. And by doing so, I can showcase how much impact JCI can give to an individual. So I would like to share your successful stories aligned with the JCI so that we can recruit more members and we can make JCI more impactful and relevant to the younger generation so that we can we can create a foundation of this organization that will last for another 100 years and beyond. So that's why I came up with the Rise Up. And it's easy to remember too, isn't it?
Oh, it's very simple. Rise up.
Rise up, yes.
Thank you, President, for sharing that. And for AVP, as you're working with many people from different countries and different cultures, there must be some culture shock. Can you share with us a little anecdote where you experienced a very bizarre culture shock?
Culture shock. Anecdote. These are very deep words. One thing I can say about having to work with different national organizations and visited different national organizations throughout my JCI career is that, yes, there is a lot of differences. You would see how, I'm pretty sure all our local presidents here, when you talk about how you conduct your general membership meeting, there will always be differences. It's even bigger differences when you move from norm to norm. And I agree, I could be a culture shock, because especially if I'm coming from Philippines. I'm so used to having this. I remember I was in JCI Academy. Michael was there. VP Michael is my fellow JCI Academy mate. And our Academy head trainer, Pascal Dicker, World President Pascal, we were talking about parliamentary procedure. So in Philippines, when we talk about parliamentary, when we run our meetings, at the last part, when we say, is there any other discussions, any objections? Hearing none, motion is carried. There was some discussions between me, because in Philippines, that's how we do it. But in JCI, apparently, we say it differently. We say, if there's all of those in favor, say, happy day. Oppose, same sign. So these are differences, but it confused me. So I approached Pascal about it. What's the difference? What's this? So it just shows that there is difference on how we run things and how you grew up on certain things. And different cultures, you would see and come to realize, this is what my own experiences did, that whatever differences that we have, may it different backgrounds, may it be difference in culture, difference in language, or even difference in majority of religion. I come from Philippines, whose majority is Catholic. My assigned norm last year was, one of it is Indonesia, which is majority is Muslim. But even with all those differences, there's one thing that you realize going around different norms. There are more that connects us than separates us. When you speak to members, you realize that we are all connected because of our shared mission, because of our shared vision, and also our shared creed, purpose of being in that certain event. And I believe that it's not a matter of about having a culture shock. It's about finding that commonality between you as in members. And if we are able to find that thing in common, we believe that we can successfully pursue the greatest pursuit of our organization and to create everlasting world peace. Because if we are able to help people realize from different nations, from different cultures, from different religions, that we are more connected than disconnected, we are more connected, then maybe we will be able to create a better future for all of us. If we can do it as JCI members, if we get that feeling when we go to a conference, that you feel you are so connected with you, even if we have different backgrounds, if we are able to do it outside JCI, if we are able to influence society in that matter, in that way, imagine what could our world be. So I think, so deep, but when you talk about cultural differences, I think that's how I would want to look at it.
Thank you for sharing that perspective. I think it's very important to have us reminded that we're living in a bubble. Although it's a bubble, we have different cultures. It's important to acknowledge and respect each and every one. Thank you. And for you, President, any story on culture shock that you've experienced in the past? Any anecdote, funny?
Everywhere I go, I see differences and there's something in common. And just like 𝗍𝗲 mentioned, we are connected with our shared vision, mission, and a creed. So we are JCI members. That's the bottom. That's the core of our relationship, and it's also the beauty of this organization as well. And one of the things I like to highlight is that by observing differences, I understand more about my culture. Because I see your, for example, you from Mongolia and your culture, we have similarities and we also have differences. And there are advantages and disadvantages compared to your culture and my culture. So I can always pick, best practices in your country. I can bring back to my country and talk to my friends. Hey, Mongolia is, that's what they're good at. We should do this and do that. And this also applies to JCI activities too. So when you exchange your ideas with the members from around the world, and we share best practices, and we just observe, you can implement in your local community, then you can create a bigger impact. But I think that's the general answer of this question. But if I can highlight, there's so many culture differences, and I enjoy it a lot. In Mongolia, you can ride a horse, and you can easily ride a camel. And that's where I learned how to ride a horse in the Philippines. The JCI activities like so energetic and people like to dance. And in Europe, yeah, to sing, yes, yes, and the karaoke, and we love to sing, yes. In Europe, it seems like dancing is like inherent skill in the JCI activities. Latin America and Africa also. And I'm not really a good dancer, I must admit. But one time, it was last year in Rwanda, I was asked to be on the stage and dance with the VIPs. And I was like, oh, I don't know how to dance like you guys. But basically, a friend of mine just told me, you can just dance from your heart. You know, you don't need to be shy. I know that in Asian Pacific, people can be introvert, but you can also, you can also try something new. If it doesn't work, maybe you can improve or you can ask for help. But it's just all basically like seeing cultural differences. I always try to step off my comfort zone and try something new. And if it's a good thing, I take it. If it doesn't, if it's not a cup of tea, if it's not my cup of tea, I just let locals enjoy it.
All right, thank you. So the next one, so officially being elected, becoming world president, so executive vice president, we've been into 2025 for 3 months. And for your career, we had a very long learning curve, I believe. But for this year, 3 months, what was the biggest lesson you have learned so far?
Biggest lesson? I think Mark can talk about the JCI and the lessons JCI is you have you're going to be busier than me. You'll be running area conference in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. I'm telling you, I ran ASAC last year, 𝗕𝗲𝗃 Cambodia. Oh my God, the days are so hectic. Just 4 days pass by like a blink of an eye. So you're going to be talking about JCI stuff. But the biggest lesson I learned this year is actually you cannot take things for granted. Because we are here in spending this moment together, but we should appreciate it. Because you never know what's going to happen in the near future. That's why we need to cherish this moment. We need to treat people as if it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And at the same time, you have to treat yourself well, wellness. If you're not well, you cannot get involved with the JCI activities, or you cannot work, you cannot make your friends happy or family happy. So do not take things for granted. If you haven't seen a doctor, go to see a doctor ASAP, and then make sure that you're in a good condition and happy, so that then you can make others happy. So that's the biggest lesson I learned so far.
Here, maybe. I think I will share three different categories. Personal, all in my life, then something funny that I learned from this year, and then third is leadership. First is I share something funny. One thing I learned: if I'm spending, or if my good friend here, our JCI president Keisuke, invites me for karaoke or for some drinks after a long day of JCI work, I will not book a hotel anymore. Especially if my flight is at 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning. Because 100%, you think you're finished at 3 a.m. No, you're not. Because after you go out, Keisuke will invite you to go for some food. And this is not just ordinary, this is very good food. So you have no choice but to say yes. And it happened to me. I got a room, left my bag there. I never even touched the bed. I came back to my room, pick up my luggage, and straight to the airport. That's the one thing I learned. So I will use that every time I'm with you, I will make sure that if I have a hotel, up to 1 a.m. So at least I can use the bed.
But Mark, just to be fair, it was like first time going back to Japan, like for traveling for a month. And I got excited. I'm sorry, Mark. But we had a good time.
Yeah, we had a good time. Yes. We thought we were Backstreet Boys or what's that boy band from you like so much, the Dynamite, because we were doing concert, BTS, and we were so proud of ourselves. That one. Next one is, of course, on a personal one thing I learned is that when you decide on something, when you want something, you have to make a decision on it. This may be funny for some, but let me give you an example. Let's say I'm going to 𝗟𝗃 Mongolia. I've decided I'm going in December. Then you are there booking your hotels and your flights. And then you decide, maybe too expensive. And then February, you come see your friends. Oh, we're going to 𝗟𝗃 Mongolia. Then you say, okay, I'm coming, I'm joining. And then you come and decide, start making preparations. You say, too busy or too expensive. Then come May, 1 month before 𝗟𝗃, early bird is finished, flights are expensive, hotels are fully booked. That's when you say to yourself, I should have finalized everything because I know from the start I was going to Mongolia. We tend to do that. You know already from the get-go or from the start that you are going to do something. You always find the reasons to sideways or put it on the side. In JCI, one thing I learned, when you decide on doing something, yes, some part of our brain will probably tell you, yeah, it's 3 months away from now, or maybe 6 months away from now, or maybe you don't need to do that now, it's not important. When you start thinking of something, you need to push through with it and plan with it. Because life is so fast. Like Keisuke mentioned, it will just finish up in one day and then you wake up one day, tomorrow is this. So it's the same thing with everything that we try to do in JCI. When we plan on something, one thing I learned, if we want to do something as an individual, or as a local president, or as a national president, or as a BOT, whatever position you are in, you have to push through with it. People will always say around you that Mark, you cannot do it, or it's gonna be too hard, or you will have that tiny person in your brain. Yes, too much work, Mark. I'd rather play your PlayStation 5 or watch Netflix than sit down on a PowerPoint and prepare a presentation for a program you want to do. There will be a lot of these negative things. But when you put your heart into something, when you want something done, you really have to push yourself to keep doing it and plan it out as early as possible. You cannot say that I want to be, let's say, JCI president on the day of the election. You can't. I don't think you can. If you want something, you have to decide if you really want it, or else life will just pass you by and you end up actually not doing anything at all. So that's one thing I learned in JCI, because I'm pushed. I'm pushed in a way that if I don't do anything, I'm just not like looking after myself. I'm looking after a whole area. If I decide to keep the status quo and decide I don't need the JCI Academy, 𝗟𝗃 Academy, because we never had 𝗟𝗃 Academy. Or I don't need JCI Talks. We never had JCI Talks before. Or we don't need to do 110 years in area level because JCI is doing it already. Let JCI do it. I can just, if it's just me, probably that would be my decision. It's easy for me to decide if it's just me. But since I have to decide for the whole area, I need to start, what would my VP want? What would my national president want? What would our members want? And these are things that you have to consider. And these are the things that pushes you that even if you feel that you don't have any choice anymore, it pushes you that I have to go through with this. Not for me, but for the oath that I took back in Taiwan and the promise I made to everyone who supported. So this is one thing I learned in JCI. It's not always you need to find that reason to keep pushing forward and finish what you want to start.
I think there's another great photo shoot in the background. The 𝗟𝗏𝗃 boy band. Wow.
Right. This year we also have a boy band this year in Asia Pacific. I wonder.
Not a boy, basketball team.
Basketball team.
I see 𝗲𝗏𝗱𝗃𝗲 and Mike. We go against JCI Africa.
So with that on topic, you've been in JCI for many years. So what keeps you going in JCI for so many years? And it says, but no political answers. So what really keeps you going in JCI personally?
Me first. Okay. First of all, what keeps me going in JCI? Well,
And it specifically says no political answers.
no political answer. What keeps me going in JCI? Because when I got recruited, they told me, Mark, if you want to get married, you join JCI. And apparently I'm not yet married until now, so I'm still in JCI trying to look for that one. But it's just kidding, just kidding. I don't know. Why, you know, it's because maybe it's the different opportunities that JCI offers us. When I started as a regular member, the requirement for me to be in this organization was because I needed it for my graduation in the university. I did not finish my NSCP. In Philippines, they should be familiar with it. Then I told them I cannot not graduate because of this. So they told me, oh, just join a NGO and do some projects, and then we'll cover it. And then I was looking, and then I saw this big banner. Websites are still old school websites, probably. Leadership organizer, young men organizer, University of Leaders. But one thing I can say, your fellow local president here, JCI Manila, President AP, that was the website I saw. I forgot the banner or what captured when I was looking for it. Because I'm too young to be a Rotarian. So I was looking for a young organization. So I saw the website from JCI Manila. And then I told my father, because I need to ask him money for membership to serve. So I told him, I'm planning, I need to do this and I want to join them. And he told me that your cousin is a member of this JCI thing you want to join, but it's in Parañaque where we live. You can join that, I can call him. That's how I got into Parañaque, where my local chapter is. That was my reason to be there. And then after that, I started meeting friends. Alumni from my school in high school were also members from that. So I got excited and seeing them and then things like that. And it evolved from there. I never thought of myself to be president. And then I became local president for some reason. And you see, the reason why I stayed, it's not because of end purpose of being a JCI president or world president or national president. It started because I needed to be there first. And it evolved because I wanted to stay with the people that I've met with. And after meeting them, I have to evolve with the opportunities that was provided for me, being local president. And even being local president, I was given the opportunity to run in the national office. And even if I lost, there were opportunities for me that I lost in JCI. So when you talk about being in JCI, it's not all happy moments. There will be opportunity. The first time I ran for local president in my local chapter, I lost. The first time I ran for area vice president in JCI, I lost. As national treasurer, I lost. There's 3 losses in my record in my JCI career. And you know, the same question you tell me, Mark, why are you still here? Why are you still chasing to be a JCI member? Because I didn't need, because I can tell myself, I don't need to be a treasurer, JCI national treasurer, or a JCI area vice president in Philippines, or a local president to enjoy my membership in JCI. Because I enjoy myself in JCI first with the people I am with. I am there because of them, not because of this. So even if I was not able to accomplish them at first, I stayed. I even served as Secretary General for the guy who beat me in my local chapter. And it doesn't matter that he beat me because I don't care, because I'm here for my friends who are here in this organization and the things that I am given. It's just that I was given a lot of opportunities thereafter. I kept it. And like I said earlier, when you see opportunities, you grab it. You don't dilly-dally on certain things. You say yes and worry later, because you will always find the right answer if you have the right people behind you.
Wow, nice. Thank you. And President, so what keeps you going in JCI?
I agree with Mark 100%. Friendship, and it's not just about position. Position is just a title you embrace for 1 year. At the same time, there's some people who wanted to take your position, but your position is only available just for you. So you have to work hard in order to in order to make the dreams come true as well, because they yield the dreams and the vision to you, and you to take position and all in a serving as an important position in the organization. So you should be committed. But that's the kind of political answer, I must say. But another answer is like the friendship, of course. And what keeps me going in this organization is ikigai. That's another Japanese term, as you want it. Ikigai. It's basically you feel satisfied by fulfilling your duty. In the JCI activities, personally, it enriched my life 100%. Now, without JCI, I wouldn't have met my good friend Mark. I wouldn't have met you. I wouldn't have every single one of you. But because I joined this organization and I kept myself going, I got to meet you guys. So, and this is something like helped me pursue. But I never imagined to become world president when I first joined, because it was, for me, JCI is not about title. And another element aligned with Ikigai is that the JCI, we create the positive impact, meaning we create positive impact outside the community in cooperation with the sister chapters or foreign chapters, and you can literally see how much impact you give, after you carry out the project. So and you can actually see the positive impact and the beneficiaries. We see people grow through our activities. So that's something, worth taking your time, money, and effort. So all of them together, or if I can put all of them together, like ikigai, friendship, and ikigai and friendship, and the positive impact. And I'm so content that I spent 1/3 of my life in JCI. It helped me to keep going. And I'm running a small medium-sized company, and it is important for a company owner to be responsible for for shaping communities the future. And I learned from this. I learned a lot from this organization, and now it's my turn to give back the community and the people and the future leaders. So the overall, those things will help me keep going in JCI, and I don't regret it. I'm like 100%, and I'm so grateful. And to finish this year nice and strong. And I would like to pass that information, knowledge to our future generations, so that together we can make JCI rise up for another 100 years.
I see. And from that, I understand both of you, it's not about the destination, it's actually the journey that keeps us going along the way. All right. Thank you. So now we have so many local chapter presidents from Asia Pacific and many members actually in the live Zoom. I'd like to end today's JCI Talk with your favorite quote that you would like to share with the members to encourage them and also give a bit of all this favorite one. If you have to, absolutely go ahead. And something that you want to share with presidents and the members to keep them encouraged.
Okay, maybe I can go first. You're the host for JCI Talks. So now you finish this JCI Talk nice and strong, please. And I'll go first. Yes,
No, I can go first because it's also JCI Live.
Okay. Oh yeah, we have a JCI Live coming up soon now.
Hey, this is your first. This is our last for JCI Talks. This is the first for JCI Live.
No way.
Yes, it's a collaboration between our initiatives.
That's wonderful. Then can I invite you to JCI Live?
First episode. Okay, let me go first because I think I want to give the privilege for our JCI president to speak last and address our audience and our local presidents here. People who knows me, even Keisuke, notice this. That whenever I do speeches, I have tons of quotes in them. Right, Carla, Marian, Jester. Those from Philippines knows this. I put a lot of quotes in my speeches. But one thing that really resonates to me, and it's not even opening anything or copy. So that means it really resonates to me because I have it in my mind. That I may not have it in perfect word by word, but it says something like this, you know. Always remember that planting trees may be the best time. 20 years ago, may be the best time to plant trees. But the second best time, you know when? It's now. And it always reminds you the importance of now. You can think a lot of things, what happens in the future, but these are things you don't know. Or things about things that happened in the past. But these are things that you should have learned from already. Because there's no way of you changing the past. And there's no way for you to know what will happen in the future. So you should learn to live in the now, the present. And this quote really resonates to me in a way that yes, in the current world that we live in now, with the environment collapse, all the climate change that we are facing, it really symbolizes a lot. Not just because of environment, but because of the life that we live now. We live too much for the future, or we live too much from the past. We forget to live in the now, in the present. And this quote, 20 years ago, may be the best time to plant trees. Yes, that's very true. 20 years ago would be the best time to plant those trees. Then probably we won't have floods, or the climate change would be different. But always remember that the second best time to act on something is always today, now. And it's something that I would like to leave to our viewers, to our members, about something that, for a guy who puts a lot of quotes in his speeches and doesn't remember them all, I mean word by word, this is something that always remembers for me. Because when if I need to make decisions, or if I come to a point where I feel bad on things that I did not take, or decisions I did not make from the past, I come back to this quote. Reminds me that yes, but learn from that past, that you failed to do something about it, and do something about it now, where you can actually do something about it. That's my, yeah, and thank you very much again for joining us for the last episode of JCI Talks. I give the floor now to, of course, my good friend, our starting their sessions now for JCI live interviews. Our JCI president, Keisuke.
Thank you, VP Mark, for organizing JCI Talks. And it's been an amazing experience. And now I'm a new host of JCI Live, and please stay tuned. And cool. We talked about team management and project management. So based on these topics, my favorite quote would be the quote by 𝗏𝗏 the author of 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏. I'm sure that many of you have read this book before. And he says that love is not about facing each other. Love is about facing the same direction. And this applies to carrying out the project with your team. Because you need to face the same direction to make things happen. It's not just facing internally and this fast. And sometimes we get tangled up in this situation, especially like when we have a meeting. We have a meeting and just talk about this and talk about your project without thinking about partners or beneficiaries and actual outcomes. But all of us need to be facing the same direction so that we can propel the JCI movement together. And I call upon your actions to take, first step, getting involved with the JCI initiatives so that we will be on the same page. That together we can propel the JCI movement. Together we can create positive impact. And then together we can make JCI rise up. So on that note, we need to be facing the same direction. We have Vision 2040, we have International Human Duties Day, we have sustainability, measurement, and reporting. We have 25 initiatives that take places around the world. So please do not hesitate and get involved with the JCI activities, starting from your local organization, a national organization, and even the JCI, we offer a variety of opportunities. So whenever you have any suggestion, you can please feel free to reach out to us and just, give us your feedback. And at the same time, I would like you to follow up on our SNS and the JCI Leaders Magazine, which will be, the second issue will be launched today. And I'm sure that Georgina is, smiling behind the background because she's in charge of the JCI magazine. And it's all sorts of information is available out there. But sometimes we only focus on our local communities, local organization, national organization, and we are not aware of what's going on around the world. And in fact, JCI around the world, we carry out so many different types of projects, and we offer a variety of opportunities. So I would like you to stay tuned and discover different cultures, new experiences, through the JCI's vast network. So on that note, I wish all of you will be will carry on your JCI journey and then discovering the beauty of this organization together. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. And that completes our today's episode. And thank you so much. And let's give it up for our guest, World President Keisuke and the Executive Vice President Mark. And now we're moving to our last segment, which will be the promotions and the initiatives that we are promoting for our members to do it now and also face the same direction. And starting off the JCI Certified Trainer Program 2025. And following the success of 2024, we will be conducting the Certified Trainer Program at each area conferences. And I'd like to highlight the days. For America, Conference of America will be May 5th to May 6th. Africa and Middle East will be May 19th to 20th. And for EC, it will be June 2nd to 3rd. And for lastly, 𝗟𝗲𝗃𝗲 𝗟𝗲 will be June 10th to 11th. And if you are a trainer, please, and also promote this to apply and join and get certified. And the deadline for this is April 15th. And next up is JCI Business Scale-Up. This program is a pilot program. If there is enough registration, this will be rolled out at area conferences. This is for the people who have business that wants to scale up to either national level or international level, to meet with peers who are looking for the same business scale-up objectives, to meet up at each area conferences. And next up is CYE. If you want to learn how to implement CYE, the best practice from the past contestants, join us the coming March 25th at 3 p.m. GMT for an exclusive session and gain valuable insights from the top JCI entrepreneurs. And next up is Mentor and Mentee Program, calling for global mentors and mentees. If you're ready, if you're ready to make a meaningful impact or gain invaluable guidance, our Mentors and Mentee Program will, in 2025, with the JCI's 110th anniversary edition, is now open for registration. Mentors, share your expertise, inspire growth, and help shape the future. And for mentor registration, please refer to your national organization. And for the mentees, learn from experienced professionals and gain new skills that accelerate your journey. And the deadline is March 28th. And next up is JCI Rise. Join us for the JCI Rise Virtual Summit on March 30th at 1 p.m. GMT. Discover what JCI Rise is all about, why it matters, and gain insights from our expert panelists on implementing impactful JCI programs. Don't miss this opportunity to be part of the movement that drives economic recovery and resilience. And the next one is Star Local Member and Star Local President. This initiative is all about celebrating the incredible contributions of JCI members and local presidents who embody the spirit of JCI and ready to share their inspiring leadership journeys with the world. How to participate? It's very simple. Complete the 4 challenges, share your journey on social media, and upload your screenshots in the online application form. And don't forget to apply only after completing all the challenges. Round 1 challenge will be from February 15th to April 15th, 2025, and certificates at the area comes. So you have a very small window of gap. And round 2 will be July 15th to October 15th, 2025, and the certificate will be at World Congress. And next one is Grand Slam. Enhance your JCI experience. This is your chance to attend all 4 JCI conferences at an unbeatable value while enjoying VIP perks at the World Congress. And the exclusive benefits I'd like to mention, VIP access and prime seating at major ceremonies, special Grand Slam 2025 pin and a kit, personalized certificate commemorating your global journey. The promotion will end now through April 15th, 2025. Eligibility open to all JCI members. Bundle purchase, one-time package, and non-transferable. Wow, I have so many promotions. Next one is JCI ASPAC newsletter. Call for content, Asia Pacific newsletter. We're excited to launch the Asia Pacific newsletter to enhance member engagement and showcase incredible work of our local organizations. What to submit? You need to submit your local project impact, stories of positive community change, member development journeys, personal growth experiences through JCI. And next one is ASPAC 110th, celebrating leadership excellence. As we celebrate the 110th anniversary, we'll proudly introduce ASPAC 110, a new initiative recognizing 110 influential leaders across Asia and the Pacific. These remarkable individuals have made a lasting impact on JCI and their communities, both regionally and globally. Next is JCI ASPAC Sponsorship Perspectives 2025. Join us in shaping the future by partnering with JCI, showcase your company's vision and values, support initiatives that inspire meaningful change, empower the next generation of leaders to drive positive impact. For more information, just contact our Senior Growth and Development Director, Cynthia. She will be delivering the details of this information. And next up is 110 Voice of Impact. Your voice, your story, your impact. JCI is celebrating, as you know, 110 years of developing leaders for a changing world. And we want to hear from you. So join the 110 Voice of Impact video submission, share a 30-second video or reel about your JCI journey, how it shaped you as a leader, the impact it created, and your vision for the future. And the deadline is April 25th. And next up is 110th anniversary theme song. Unleash your creativity and be a part of history. Compose a song that captures 110 years of developing leaders for a changing world. So open to all JCI local organizations worldwide. Each local organization may submit only one entry. So let your music inspire the next generation of JCI leaders. And last but not least, celebrating Women's Month with the second edition of Leaders Magazine. This March, as we celebrate Women's Month, we proudly present the second edition of Leaders Magazine, honoring the amazing female leaders of JCI who continue to inspire, lead, and create impact. Dive into stories of leadership, resilience, and innovation from our members across the globe, along with impactful projects that drive change in our communities. So read, share, and celebrate the power of women in leadership. And that's all. So thank you for being here with us till the end. And we have many amazing initiatives. So keep up with the promotions, and we have more information available. So thank you, everyone, and see you next at JCI Live.